Hey, remember me? Warz Gamer is back and showing his face. That's right. So do you remember a long time ago, really long time ago, like a whole year ago when I made this? I'll explain this part later. We got time over here, and this triangle that keeps floating at us. So I made that like a year ago, and after that, a lot of bad things happened to my computer. I got hacked, so yeah. I had basically had to delete my whole OS and switch to Ubuntu. For a whole year I used Linux. Now I could have done more development in Sketchworks. In fact, I tried to, except I got kind of lazy and didn't feel like making the whole thing from the ground up. And yep. So at school we got these computers. We got school computers, right? And they basically blocked everything. I mean, they even blocked like half of Google, which is really stupid, but you know, whatever. So, me being the smart person I am, put Linux on an SD card and used it on. Basically, I used the SD card with Linux on the computer. And that's when I started developing Sketchworks at school. And, well, I still was pretty lazy and didn't really get too much progress, and you know, it kept having to start over on the project, and it wasn't, yeah. Well, and then at one point, me and my friend decided to re-envision the whole idea of Sketchworks. Like, what you see in the last video, it was nothing like that, and I'll just show you at some other time. But it was way different. So, at this point, I was developing in Java. Java isn't terrible. I know. Before that, I thought Java was pretty bad because I was C++ biased, but I had to use Java because I was using Linux, but my friend used Windows, so I had to have multi-platform. So yeah, I started using Java. Well, anyway, a year passed. I graduated high school, and I got this new Windows 8 computer. You hear those crickets? Yeah, Windows 8. So, I decided to switch back to C++ because, you know, I can use C++ again. And I had some really crappy problems. First off, Windows decided to make C++ very platform specific. It's a good job, Windows. Good planning. So, they had Visual Studio. Or that's what I was using because Visual Studio has a really nice IDE, cool swirly underlines like you see in Microsoft Word. So it's like, oh, this is awesome. So I started using that. Didn't take me long to figure out that it was very multi-platform, or not very multi-platform. It was very anti-platform. Anti-platform. You have to have the redistributable Visual Studio thing in order to use it. And now using the new 2013 Visual Studio. My friend had the old 2010 one on this computer, which I'm guessing every new Windows 8 computer has it on unless you download the new redistributable. So it didn't run on there. I did numerous tests to figure out how to use Visual Studio 2010. No big deal. Then I realized I had to use the old C++. I couldn't use C++ 2011. C++ 11 I couldn't use it. It sucked. So, after that, I still decided to persist on. I downloaded SDL and SFML, and I tried to use different libraries, but they didn't work. I don't know what was wrong. So I switched to MinGW with code blocks, and still didn't work. So I decided to switch to Java. Yeah. You're probably just closing out this video after I said that. Java isn't actually too bad. It has a really nice interface. It's a little slower, but you know, the Java is actually pretty good. Like, it's better for making games. You don't have to deal with like different header files and then the actual files. It's just different Java files. Each one's a class. It's pretty simple. Yeah, you don't have to like plan out what's going to be a pointer, what's going to be a reference, what's going to be, you know, a normal variable. You don't have to do all that. You can just kind of jump into the code and do stuff. It's really object oriented. What I'm trying to say is it's pretty good. So yeah, begin working on Sketch Wars again, and I'm actually making some good progress. It's not to where it was in the original video you saw, but it's getting there. Alright, so let's check out the new Sketch Wars. Run this. And here we go. We get black screen. That's a whole... No, I'm joking. Okay, so as you can see, the graphics are a lot better than before. There's no pencil like thing following the mouse cursor, which was pretty bad, because generally when you have like a mouse icon, it shouldn't follow the mouse, like drag along behind it. I will add a different cursor, but you know, not right now. And yeah, you can tell the animation is a lot better, a lot more clean looking. And start. There's nothing. You can move around. Woo. And yep. But the interface is a lot better. I mean, you don't really have an interface yet, but you have this health bar thing, which is pretty nice looking. And basically everything is going to be animated. Everything, which is awesome, because it's going to look cool. I don't know if you can tell, but like I added like physics to it. So like you keep going and let go. You still go for a little bit. It's very, very cool feeling, very smooth. Like, if I just like decide to edit something, like I decide to change the acceleration to 0.1 and then run it. You can see like it builds up and let go. Like I let go right now. See, like you can see it's building up, and basically the acceleration is how much it adds to your speed, like each frame. So yeah, you can see like it's not really too much of a main mechanic. It just makes stuff feel better. But yeah, it's really cool feeling. Yeah, it's really lifelike, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that's where it is right now, and yeah, I've been making some pretty good progress. So there you have it. So as you can see, Sketchworks is pretty swagtastic. Did I really just say that? Well anyway, so this is my dev vlog for Sketchworks, and I'll probably post a video every time I made some progress on here, and every time I have something to say about it. I mean, I'm not just gonna sit here and stare at the camera. Okay, that was awkward silence. So yeah, subscribe to me, like this video, and I'll continue making more. It's a bargain thing, you know. You give me some, I give you some. That sounded really wrong. Anyway, subscribe.